ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ ọka aka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etugha eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Ndị gboo wee tụọ oge ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anakpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịrị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt, Sokoto wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị onwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwaanyị akpụ isi ala nye, ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikunu ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala ọkwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi, mara onye ka na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I greet you all, lovers of freedom. Updates just popped up, and I said, let me quickly bring them to you. The deniers of the zoo, there are so many things they have always tried to deny. They have always tried to hide. They've always tried to cover up for the Christian genocide. And this time around, it is no longer possible to cover them up. So now I will be bringing the news from Arise Television, and then news from the ground. Those on ground, yes, those on ground are confirming that Donald J. Trump hit them very, very hard, and they saw the terrorists running. They saw those ones that survived it. So many of them were taken out. So many of them were unalived. The bomb grinded them into powder. And then those of them that survived, they saw them running and relocating. And the good thing is that that place where they are relocating to will be the next target. Listen to it yourself, because we have so many updates. And then there is a message from our brother Joseph Okechukwu to our Igbo brethren. I will play it, part 1, part 2, part 3, I will play it so that our people will come and hear. And then there's another one I will play. Busted. All the religious leaders that have been deceiving us, example have been shown using Chris Okafor. Busted! I will play another Chris Okafor, busted. So before we go there, let's start with the most important one. Update from the men on ground. Let's go.
Now, residents of Masalachi in Tangaza local government area in Sokoto State have reported seeing terrorists fleeing forest after attacks by the United States. The Nigerian government and the United States had struck several forests, including Kawuri, Kamdam, and Malgam, where the Lakura terrorists are based. Reports say several of the terrorists were killed and their properties destroyed. Arise News chief correspondent Ferdinand Duroa is in Masalachi to give us update. Thank you for joining us, Ferdinand. Bring us up to speed on what's going on right there.
All right, thank you so much. And yes, it is the sojourner to ensure that we get exactly the details of what happened on Christmas Day. In the last 48 hours, well, we have
Details are coming out. So call your compound people. Let them come and hear. All the deniers, they cannot deny anymore. Bring them the details now on ground, from men on ground. This is details from men on ground. Oh yeah, bring them. Let them come and hear the details for the last 48 hours. Oh yeah,
yes, it is the sojourner to ensure that we get exactly the details of what happened on Christmas Day. In the last 48 hours, well, we have been going around Sokoto State, well, particularly to places where we did feel the effect. And yes, we went to Jabo in Tambowa local government area, and today we are in Tangasa, where we can confirm to you that is indeed the hub of Lakurawa activities here in Sokoto State. Now we are talking about where the attacks were indeed meant to hit, and we can confirm that yes, the locations were struck. Now we've spoken to some of the villagers, and
where the attack was meant to hit and the locations. You know, some of these journalists, they know. Some of these people are the people that used to escort Gumi to go there. They know the location. And they said those locations were hit. The locations were hit. Repeat it again. It is Donald J. Trump at work.
Confirmed that yes, the locations were struck. Now we've spoken to some of the villagers, and also some of the traders, because this is a route. After here, from this point, you cross over, and then it leads on to Niger Republic, well then leads on to Ghana, leads on to Burkina Faso, leads on to Mali. And from exactly what they've told us, well, they've told us exactly how much travelers from the Sahel, well, you want to call them travelers, or how much migrants from the Sahel have indeed been a destruction to the community, where there's so much fear in the air, so much fear in the air. But then from what they've told us, well, they can confirm that yes, clearance activities are taking place just behind us in some of the forest. Well, they mentioned the Kawuri forest, and then also they mentioned the is it Malgam forest, where the actions place, talking about the strikes. And then also some gentlemen told us about the movements of terrorists. Now, they actually described how they had moved from one part of the forest, where they call the north, to, of course, another place. So that's the situation. Well, I'm not alone. I've made this journey with our correspondent, who indeed is on ground here in Sokoto State with me. Nasiru, please join me, and let's indeed take a look at this situation.
Thank you, Frederick.
We wouldn't want to say it's a revelation that was made, because these are some of the stories that you have reported, including the activities of those coming from the Sahel, who indeed come in, cause disruptions, and go away. But then the only situation right now is that, yes, this is the first time that we're getting pictures in Tangasa since that attack on Christmas Day.
Exactly, Mr. Ferdinand. Tangasa has a very complicated security situation where the Lakura operated, and also they have bandit, and also a kind of a tribal conflict between the Hausas and the Fulani. But the coming of the Lakura in 2024, they've been here since 2018, and they've been disrupting the livestock of people. That is what they specialize in rustling animals. But with this attack, this bombardment from the U.S. government on Christmas Day, the villagers really confirmed that, the U.S. airstrike hit the target, because they could confirm that people are moving from Kauri, Kandam, Malgam.
I like it when they tell us that the U.S. attack hit the target. That one, they sweet me. The U.S. attack did what? Hit the target. And they hit them. They hit them. That is why Gumi is crying, because the target was hit. Maybe some of Gumi's commanders were also hit. That's why Gumi is crying.
The villagers really confirmed that, the U.S. airstrike hit the target, because they could confirm that people are moving from Kauri, Kandam, Malgam, where the Lakura have their base, and even are very, very comfortable digging a borehole and even a well to make it a permanent camp. That particular place has been hit by this attack.
Just to interrupt you, well, I think that's one of the revelations from this. We're talking about how much development they say have taken place in.
Okay, that place, they have already used it as a permanent camp. Can you believe that? For these terrorists to comfortably have a permanent camp, and Nigerian government did not do anything about it. It shows you how they have cooperated with these terrorists. They have had what? A permanent camp. If it were not Donald Trump, Nigerian government were not willing to hit that camp at all. Permanent camp. So you can imagine a strike that came when they least expected it. So you can imagine how many of them were completely buried there. Their permanent camp where they have borehole. Can you imagine for them to succeed in having borehole inside the desert? That place is a place where water is not available. And for them to dig borehole there, it shows you how they have really maintained that permanent camp for so long in Nigeria. And some of them are saying, Donald Trump, he's not supposed to strike. God punish all of you. Let us see why this other guy interrupted him when he talked about the permanent camp.
Digging a borehole and even a well to make it a permanent camp at that particular place has been hit by this attack. Yeah.
Just to interrupt you, well, I think that's one of the revelations from this. We're talking about how much development they say have taken place in some of these settlements in the forest. They talk about boreholes being built.
Exactly.
Talk about wells being dug by terrorists.
Yeah.
And then who indeed come out to cause commotion, cause problems, make it difficult for the people to indeed, have a normal lifestyle, rear cattle, steal, kidnap, and of course go away.
Exactly. They waited until your farm produce are ready for harvest, and they start coming. Either they kidnap and to ask you to sell your farm produce. And in most instances, this farm produce you have to pay levy to harvest. And after you pay levy, they also come for you. They kidnap the breadwinners in the home, and they know you cannot allow your father or your breadwinners to be with them. You have to pay. So the community here have suffered a lot. I could tell you history of what has been happening. I could remember in 2020. The DPO of Tangaza was killed right inside the police divisional headquarters. 6 other police officers were killed also. And
are you hearing that? DPO was killed. 6 police officers were killed. Nigeria did not attack them. A DPO. You know what? DPO is the one in charge of a full police station. He was taken. He was murdered. 6 other people were unalived. And Nigerian government did not do anything. Nothing. They didn't do anything until Donald Trump came. Hey,
them you have to pay. So the community here have suffered a lot. I could tell you history of what has been happening. I could remember in 2020, the DPO of Tangaza was killed right inside the police divisional headquarters. 6 other police officers were killed also. And in 2021, to just paint the tribal conflict perspective of it, 6 Fulani persons officially reported were killed. But well, situation here, it's a bit complicated. At a point, the Lakora were even helping the locals to push back the bandit. That was when some local government officials actually confirmed that they have a hand in inviting the Lakora into the community. But at a point, that period, the Lakora were serving as reformers in a way, trying to instill a kind of religion of their own, trying to regulate people, trying to regulate what you wear, what you eat, what you drink, and at the point they became a problem.
Well, some of the historical perspectives to it, but then the news is that yes, before now there have been worries, there have been discussions, and then about trying to get that confirmation concerning the attack, but we can indeed confirm to you precise attacks on some of those locations, and of course it did cause plenty of havoc.
Precise attacks in those locations, and it did cause plenty of havoc. Donald Trump, you are hearing it. They are testifying in Nigerian news that The attacks were precise and it caused plenty of havoc. Repeat it again.
Well, some of the historical perspectives to it, but then the news is that yes, before now there have been worries, there have been discussions, and then about trying to get that confirmation concerning the attack. But we can indeed confirm to you precise attacks on some of those locations, and of course, it did cause plenty of havoc.
Very good. Ferdinand and Nasser, I've got a question for you. It's one thing to have these strikes, but there's a need to consolidate on, whatever achievements you may have gained here. Okay, the reports we're getting that you're just giving us is that some of these terrorists are leaving some of these localities, as it were. Do we have a plan, a sort of plan with the Nigerian troops, perhaps moving in and consolidate their hold on those regions that has been, unquote, maybe liberated, and at least have a military presence there on ground? It's not just to have these strikes and then leave the place the way it is, and, they come back again. So are you hearing any word on that?
Definitely. For, about, I think 2 days ago, the Defense Headquarters did put out a statement talking about, some kind of clearance operations. And then also, personally, I have reached out, spoken to a couple of them. And yes, I did get the same information. Now, for some reasons, we were giving some advice, about moving further, though we've been able to get some very interesting pictures. But the truth is, there is need for consolidation, and that's because lots of people are beginning to talk about what might happen after now. There are confirmations that they have been able to, they are leaving their bases, and what it means is that they might be looking for some other places to go resettle, and that's even because the community themselves, they want to use this opportunity to come together, rally themselves together, and then for some of the institutions that are not really working, they want to enhance these institutions and then ensure that, yes, they begin to get things like intelligence so that they can indeed help the authorities. Well, beyond that, people are asking what exactly is going to happen right after now. Now, from what we gathered, that, these persons, somehow, they have been so integrated into the society that in some places that they have even married some of their daughters. And so, lots of...
Are you hearing it? They have systemized themselves among the indigenes of the place. They have even started marrying their daughters. Terrorists have already systemized amongst the communities. They have already started giving them wives. Hey, Chineke. Donald Trump, not be small thing you do for people, oh. Not be small thing you do, oh. Hey, Chineke.
Because the community themselves, they want to use this opportunity to come together, rally themselves together, and then for some of the institutions that are not really working, they want to enhance these institutions and then ensure that, yes, they begin to get things like intelligence so that they can indeed help the authorities. Well, beyond that, people are asking what exactly is going to happen right after now. Now, from what we gathered, that, these persons, somehow, they have been so integrated into the society that in some places that they have even married some of their daughters. And so lots of people are beginning to say, okay, this is perhaps the time when we can begin to go into their houses, go into those places who are related with them, and then begin to dig in for more information. So there's a whole lot that needs to happen after now. It is one thing to have these strikes, but definitely the government and, of course, the military must consolidate on this.
Indeed, we must consolidate on this and ensure that people can feel safe again in the community. Thank you so much for the update, Ferdinand Duro, Arise News Chief Correspondent there in Sokoto.
Thank you. This day coming from Arise News. Do you know what? The funny thing is that the consolidation they are talking about, the only thing that will consolidate is division of Nigeria, because consolidating is Nigeria has never had the will to go after these people. The people that are still in the structural position in Nigeria are terrorists. The National Security Advisor is still a terrorist sympathizer. The defense minister for state is still a terrorist sympathizer and supporter. The vice president is still a friend to the terrorists. So how can they harmonize or how can they consolidate? Consolidation from Nigeria can never work. It is, as Donald Trump is doing the needful now, they need to understand that it is time to divide this. It is time. So let me, oh my God. So let me bring us more update. Now you need to listen to this and listen very, very attentively.
Broad reach.
Listen to this and listen very, very attentively.
An Egyptian television news program says that Turkey is clearly a terrorist state with a broad reach. It reports that Turkey is supplying weapons to the terrorist group Boko Haram in Nigeria.
Are you hearing that? Turkey has been implicated. Start it again.
An Egyptian television
television is exposing this now. Turkey has been, we know that Erdogan, the president of Turkey, has never been a very good man or an innocent man. We know. But listen to this.
News program says that Turkey is clearly a terrorist state with a broad reach. It reports that Turkey is supplying weapons to the terrorist group Boko Haram in Nigeria. 10 TV host Nashat Al-Delhi reported on a leak confirming an intercepted phone call from a few years back confirming the action. He reported in part, today's leak confirms without a doubt that Erdogan, his state, his government, and his party are transferring weapons from Turkey to, this is a shock, to where you may ask, to Nigeria. And to whom? To the Boko Haram organization. Well, Raymond Ibrahim, a journalism fellow at the David Horowitz Freedom Center and an expert on the Middle East and Islam, joins us now with more on this. Welcome, Raymond.
Hello, Heather.
Are you surprised by this report? What's your take on it?
No, I'm not surprised. And my take on it is that the actual tape that was made that you referenced and you quoted was made apparently in 2014 or 15. And it was reported widely in certain areas in the U.S. and in the West, not so much, and not much came out of it. And the reason, I think, is because Erdogan wasn't so, didn't have his fingers so much in Islamist politics outside of his own nation. But now that we've seen, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the ISIS Islamic State caliph who was killed recently, and he was found just 3 miles from the Turkish border, which is in fact one of the last, or if not the last bastion of jihadi so-called freedom fighters of attacking the Syrian government. It's brought it up again, the fact that everyone is saying, well, look, he's supporting ISIS. So now we're remembering, and that was, I think, the point of the Egyptian show. We're bringing back to see that there's some continuity here. It's not just right next door to Syria, to Turkey, meaning Syria. He's involved with some of the absolute worst Islamic terror groups. Remember, Boko Haram, which its name loosely means Western education is forbidden, haram, was basically doing what ISIS is notorious for years before ISIS. So the whole, head chopping, crucifying, massacres, enslaving women and children, burning people alive, Boko Haram was doing that. And one of the things that international observers have been noticing, especially increasingly, is that their armaments, their weapons, are very sophisticated. And it's even spilled into the Fulani tribesmen in Nigeria and in other parts in Africa. For example, I'm sure you know, Burkina Faso, also in Western Africa, attacks on Christians have become horrific. Just in the last few months, there have been so many killed, and always in the context of checking out if they're wearing crosses, if they can say the Islamic Creed or not, and then being butchered and so forth. And those tribesmen, the Fulani, who are essentially living almost on a primitive scale, appear with very advanced weaponry.
Well, that's really interesting, which would kind of seem to perhaps give more weight to this idea that perhaps Turkey is collaborating with Boko Haram. What would the benefit be to Turkey of collaborating with Boko Haram?
Well, there's several theories. One is Erdogan basically is an ardent Islamist, and he is supporting and behind any Islamist movement in any country. He's the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. He was allied with Qatar of Al Jazeera as his ally. And so you can see him, he's trying to help develop these Islamist groups so they can overthrow more secular states. Though, in fact, in Nigeria, an aside that I think is important, the president himself, Muhammad Buhari, of Nigeria, who's Muslim, Nigeria is half Christian, half Muslim, has been accused himself of being behind the so-called genocide, which a lot of international groups have called what's happening to Christians in Nigeria, that he himself is complicit in this armament. So he could very well be an ally of Erdogan and so forth, and it's just some sort of Islamist overall coalition globally.
I want to ask you, the President Trump, of course, met with the President of Turkey yesterday. Do you think he's aware of these kind of ties to terrorism? And what are your thoughts on that meeting yesterday?
Well, in general, I think, what he's aware of is really hard to tell. But I think the meeting in general, Trump and presidents won't necessarily bring up all these things, obviously. So when he met, for example, in Saudi Arabia with the king and so forth, he doesn't really mention human rights abuses and so forth for whatever strategic tactical reasons. So it's really hard to predict, but I think he needs to be aware because Erdogan's he's got his fingerprints everywhere now. It's not just Syria, which is very obvious, but now there's older evidence of him involved in Nigeria and also in Turkey itself, the Christian population, the minority there. And remember, Turkey was originally entirely Christian. It was Anatolia. It was actually where St. Paul wrote all his epistles to. They're really being treated badly and discriminated against, and a lot of hate preaching in Turkey is increasingly against Christians and Jews. So definitely Turkey's going down the wrong path with Erdogan, though many Turks themselves remain committed to the Ataturk ideal of secularism.
Well, we are out of time, but Raymond Ibrahim, thank you for your time and your insights here.
Thanks.
Wow, this is an exposition. This is a very, very powerful exposition. Turkey is fully involved now in the terrorism of Nigeria. Turkish president arming them. Let's hear what Randy Peter had to say about this Gumi of a man. Let's hear. Hold on. After that, I'll bring you a very solemn message from our brother Joseph Okechukwu.
I beg Nigerian government, who is Sheikh Gumi and what does Gumi know about insecurity and how to end insecurity in Nigeria? Nigerian government ori buruku lensheo. The thing we go destroy APC before corruption and criminality will be hypocrisy. So today, na Nigerian government help America to come and bomb terrorist targets in Nigeria. Yeah, they smell. Ori buruku lenshe. Our thoughts and prayers are with all APC supporters because it's not easy to defend this kind of ori buruku and to stand on this kind of Oshi mandates. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Make una continue to deceive ourselves, Nigerian government. No wonder one former head of state say once security lasts more than 48 hours, then the hand of government they inside. Until you have a government that is sincere to name and call out and bring to book sponsors of terrorism and financiers of terrorism, we have a long way to go. So no matter the help where America won't help any country, you can only help that country to the extent where the country is ready to help itself. Nigerian government, who is Sheikh Gumi and waiting is sabi about insecurity and how to end insecurity. According to report, na former military officer and his son is also a serving military officer. If it were another person where they conduct themselves with all the actions all these years, all the negotiations and interactions with terrorist elements and all the allegations and interviews, it never reach make DSS invite person to begin to question them. Are you people more interested in protecting terrorists or terrorist financiers rather than protecting victims of terrorism? One of the most ridiculous interviews where I don't even watch or listen to from the Sheikh Gumi, according to Punch, the report say Sheikh Gumi said no nation should allow its land to be a theater of war and no nation should allow its neighbors to be their enemies. If Nigeria wants military assistance, China, Turkey, and Pakistan can do the job effectively. You forget to add Afghanistan now. You don't even know the real people where you go call. This alone should tell you all that you need to know. But unfortunately, even the Sheikh Gumi is not an elected government official or is not officially working for the government. What of the Minister for State for Defense, Bello Matawali, with all the allegations, including from the current head of government for his own state, all of the allegations waiting happen, the person is still seated there as Minister for State Defense. Waiting if they defend and who they defend. Nigerian government go ask yourself the question whether you are more interested in protecting victims or protecting terrorists and terrorist sympathizers. Ori buruku leshe. And make I give una some of the few reasons to show you that to defend APC, you need to really hibernate your brain, as Daniel Bwala talk. He said the human brain, they work efficiently for 24 hours, 7 days a week until you join APC. So now APC now call America now, help them with intelligence to come and bomb and take out terrorist targets. So now when I fit give intelligence, meanwhile, former Minister for Defense said that they are unable to track some of the terrorists because they have superior equipment to even Nigerian military. Ori buruku leshi. So when they fit work with America for them to come and bomb people, but the time where Nigerians they call on people, they say that they call on international intervention. Bayo Nonuga put a statement and say we will never forgive and forget Peter Obi for killing so you will not forgive and forget Peter Obi, but now they coordinate with the people for external and international intervention. Ori buruku lenshe or shilenshe Nigerian government. And then again, so when I not say now when I give US intelligence to come and bomb terrorist targets in northwest Nigeria. So you have now agreed, say, when I been they lie and deceive Nigerians, say na banditry day for northwest. It is bandits, for years when they call them bandits. The statement of the US president been there clear. He said they took out and they targeted ISIS terrorists. So you people were rather plain and deceiving Nigerians, saying na bandits, na this, they operate for Northwest. Meanwhile, it is a strong terrorist organization like ISIS terrorists, according to the statement of the US president. So you don't confirm, say there are ISIS terrorist groups that have been operating in the Northwest. Ori buruku leshe Nigerian government. Until you come out straight and get a government that is sincere to weed out terrorists and not cover up terrorist sympathizers, everybody in a potential victim, the whole country is in trouble. Look at what they call government for Nigeria. Just look at what we call leadership for Nigeria. To collect tax, you need France. To fight insecurity, you need America. So which one gang as government will not get expertise to do on your own? If not to engage in embezzlement, corruption, crime, and criminality, will not be overall best. That one you go be first position and first runner up. You don't need international support. The same international support will not they abuse citizens for calling on intervention. You do 360 turn around, say we help, we coordinated, we gave them intelligence to do Ori buruku intelligence. Make una see Ori buruku intelligence. Intelligence we una use add una own firepower to go to Benin Republic. You could not add your own manpower to your intelligence to take out terrorist targets. You needed to wait for another country. Oh, Shilenshe, Nigerians, this one what would they do? The more you look, the less you see. Now express with this. So to get a government that will put value on human life, protect innocent civilians and citizens, you must get government that is not only competent and capable, but government will get sincerity of purpose to handle problems from the root cause and not chase shadows. This one way that they do now washing and setting. Nigerian government, if you mean well to end insecurity, as America or any other country, they help you, help yourself. Name and bring to book sponsors and financiers of terrorism, both in government and out of government. Ask yourself the question, are you more interested in protecting sympathizers and sponsors of terrorism rather than the victims of terrorism? It is a shame on you and you are amongst government most miserable if you can fail so hopelessly in the primary responsibility of government to protect human life. My name is Peter for Nigeria. May Nigerians receive the courage.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Well, please, somebody should help me and be praying for this, our brother Peter. Somebody should. The day you will receive your deliverance is the day you stop wearing this green, white, green. You have a message. You have the truth. You have your eyes. You understand? But you are not Peter for Nigeria. You are Peter for your country. And as far as I'm concerned, I believe this guy is from Southeast. You are Peter for Biafra. Not Peter for Nigeria. May Nigeria not happen to you, my brother. Remove this cloth of Nigeria from your body. We like your message, but remove the cloth of Nigeria from your body. I wish I know you personally. I would have spoken to you. Yeah? Remove this cloth of Nigeria and remove your name, Peter for Nigeria. Nigeria, that is also wrong. All these things you are saying now is truth. You know that the government of Nigeria. Okay, now, Mazi Peter, thank you very much. We appreciate your message. Let us go back now and let me bring a message. Oh, see where Oyibo woman is. See, See where Oyibo woman is celebrating Donald Trump.
Now my papa be this so, I no get another one. Now my papa be this so, Now my papa be this so, I no get another one. Now my papa be this so, Daddy Donald Trump. Now my papa be this so, you go live forever. Now my papa be this so, I love you so much. Now my papa be this so, now my papa be this so. Yes, so Daddy Donald Trump. I dey tell people say you are my father, but people know they believe. Now you don't prove them wrong. Say you be my papa. Papa, wait, father, their father.
Hey.
Papa, wait, they hear the cry of their children.
Oh.
God will bless you, my father.
He said,
God will bless you real good. I love you. Anybody will know like this video, go hug Transformer.
Transformer.
To be continued.
The one who did their backyard. Somebody is asking David Hundeyi, that up your Roman go ahead. You will see, don't worry. Peter is better than Hundeyi. Only that Hundeyi is full of manipulation and deception and lies. Hundeyi have been saying that America is coming for resources. So Boko Haram and terrorists are not coming for resources. It is the man that want to come and destroy them. And now the attack have been confirmed that they were dislodged. Hundeyi, that one, he's running from Nigeria. Other people are in Nigeria that lost Nigeria. But Hundeyi is running to show you that he is a fake man. If you love Nigeria so much, stay there and fight for Nigeria. Now, why are you running? Now, oh my God, this lady was too fantastic. This lady was too fantastic. There are so many updates. Let me bring this lady for you. Then before I will bring some message for my brother.
Happening to its citizens.
Listen to this lady. Very fantastic. Oh, this cat look like lion. Beautiful.
So President Trump just bombed northern Nigeria, and I see a lot of people from the West, Americans, engaging in a conversation that y'all don't have enough nuance to talk about, and I just want to shed some light. The Nigerian government is not to be trusted about anything that's happening to its citizens, point blank, period. This is the same government that'll set its own people on fire to heat a plate of rice. The Nigerian government said there's no Christians being killed in Nigeria. Let's even take religion out of it. Do we not remember the End SARS movement? Do we not remember the situation that happened at Lekki Tollgate where we were watching live stream footage of the Nigerian police shooting and killing young protesters, and the Nigerian government turns around and said, that's not happening? A death toll that was uncounted because the Nigerian government tried to cover it up. Do we not remember that? Do we not remember the Bring Back Our Girls movement? 276 of them kidnapped from a school in Nigeria, overwhelming majority of them being Christian. Mind you, government officials were warned 4 hours in advance and they didn't send help. And then when it happened, they still didn't send help. That's not some right-wing talking.
Do you hear that? Government officials were warned 4 hours in advance that the Chibok girls will be kidnapped. They didn't do anything. And when they were kidnapped, they didn't do anything. Please repeat that again, my sister.
Kidnapped from a school in Nigeria, overwhelming majority of them being Christian. Mind you, government officials were warned 4 hours in advance and they didn't send help. And then when it happened, they still didn't send help. That's not some right-wing talking point that's been a situation since before the current administration was in office. Not just the second time, but the first time. I was just in Nigeria, traveling through the East by car. I can tell you from what I saw with my own eyes, Nigeria has a problem. Just from what I saw with my own eyes, let alone everything that I've been hearing from my family back home for the past several years. This has nothing to do with the current administration, and it's actually extending beyond religion, race, tribe. The Nigerian government does not know how to take care of its people. We have a problem. I understand it's confusing because when you see posts that are talking about the violence in Nigeria, you have some Nigerians saying, yeah, it's happening and we need help. The Nigerian government isn't doing anything. And then you have others being like, I never heard anything about this. This is not true. This is a right-wing talking point. The people who are saying they haven't heard anything, I guarantee you they haven't been to the East. They haven't been to a village of any kind in a long time. North, West, East, South, doesn't matter. They probably live in the city. The people who are victims of this situation, of all of the situations of violence occurring in Nigeria that the Nigerian government is not doing anything to assist with, they are not represented on social media. Who even has access to internet? When I was in the East, half of the time I was using my hotspot. There were stretches of times where I couldn't even charge my phone consistently because there wasn't any electricity. You think that they're going to be in TikTok comments talking about yeah, this is exactly what's happening. Let me live stream it. Use your common sense. And the people who live in cities, it's not like they're not victims to the Nigerian government as well. On Christmas Eve, not a couple years ago, I'm talking about this year, a couple days ago, Lagos was on fire. Lagos Island was literally on fire. A whole entire building, shops filled with people's businesses, hard work, gone up in flames. The streets were on fire because they were covered in litter. Because guess what? No waste management. And this Nigerian government, the officials are pocketing the money that they should be using to clean up Lagos. Lagos is a hot mess. It took 3 hours before they got help to put those fires out. It's really sad because America obviously has its own selfish reasons for getting involved, but the Nigerian government is not using its resources to help its people. So it's either be robbed by the US or robbed by your own people.
Thank you for that, your own opinion and your own submission. Thank you very much. All right, let me bring you. There's this interview by BBC on Gumi. Here, Gumi, I want to play you some interviews of Gumi so that you will understand why is Nigeria not going after. Why is this man still walking free? Why is it that they will not make sure that the next target they will send America is to make sure that the next bomb lands wherever this man finds everybody? Listen to this interview. Listen.
But you see, when they say we don't negotiate with terror. But you see, when they say we don't negotiate with terror. That word, I don't know where they got it from. It's not in the Bible. It's not in the Quran. In fact, it's not even in practice. Everybody.
He's telling you that they say we don't negotiate with terrorists. It's not in the Bible. It's not in the Quran. This man is sick in the head. Completely sick in the head.
They got it from. It's not in the Bible. It's not in the Quran. In fact, it's not even in practice. Everybody's negotiating with bandits. America had an office where they were negotiating with Taliban in Qatar. Everybody's negotiating with outlaws, non-state actors. Everybody.
He said everybody's negotiating with terrorists. Can you imagine this man? This man is sick. Show us where America is negotiating with terrorists in America. America negotiating with terrorists in their own country. Negotiating with terrorists in their own country, oh. In their own country. This guy is sick.
So where do they get that knowledge from? We negotiate for peace and our strategic interests. If negotiation will bring stoppage of bloodshed, we do it.
Some critics argue that your actions, the way you engage with these bandit groups, seem to legitimize their operations, and also it undermines the state authority. How do you respond to accusations that you empower them to carry out these attacks, kidnappings, and violence that we see across board?
Anybody who thinks that way, because he doesn't know the intricacies and what we go through, and he doesn't even know that I go there with the authorities. I don't go there alone, and I go there with the press.
You see, he is telling the BBC that whenever he's going to the terrorists, he goes there with the authority, with Nigerian government. So the reason why this man is free, the reason why this man is talking the way he's talking is because he is working with the government. The government knows him and they know his duty, and that is what he's playing. The government cannot go after him. So I think it is time people should stop talking and saying, government, well, arrest Gumi. No. It is the America that is coming to hit terrorists that we should be showing the picture of this man. Because this man has been rejected in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia rejected him. They refused him to enter. And I'm sure America must have checked his profile. But Nigeria have given him a high profile on which he's operating. He said he goes there with the government and he goes with the press to see the terrorists, his friends. He said negotiating with, he's actually soliciting that they should be negotiated with. The next video I will bring to you will shock you, where he said that Nigeria should be having a budget. They should include the bandits, the terrorists, in their budget. So when you budget money, you should have a special budget for terrorists. This man is mad. The man is mad, I'm telling you. Let me rush and play this one so that I will bring that interview for you. He said they should include them in their budget. Okay, maybe you have not seen that one. I will bring it down. Don't go anywhere. Let's listen to this one and then I will bring that one.
Across board.
Anybody who thinks that way, because he doesn't know the intricacies and what we go through, and he doesn't even know that I go there with the authorities. I don't go there alone, and I go there with the press.
You've never gone there alone?
I've never been there alone. Never.
When was the last time you had these meetings with them?
No, it was just in 2021. That's when I did a marathon trying to see if I can get as much as possible to get them together. But unfortunately, the government of that day is not keen about what we are doing. I mean, the federal government. The states were keen. The federal government was not keen. So they declared them terrorists. And
So when he's saying that on the federal level, they made official, that's 2021, but the states are happy. So that means Gumi is still reaching out to terrorists on a regular basis from the states, the state governments. Like in Zamfara now, in Adamawa, he goes there regularly. But on when the one they made official, this one he's saying in 2021 is a lie. Gumi go talks with them. He knows their connection. Do not forget that the Sultan of Sokoto actually admitted on camera that he knows them. So if the Sultan of Sokoto knows them, of course, Gumi, who is soliciting for them to be in the budget, speaks with them on a daily basis. You understand? So him, 2021 is saying, is the one that was made known to us. Okay? So do not let that one deceive you.
Since they declared terrorists, we said, okay, we have disengaged completely from every contact with them.
But this quote, among several others, quite popular and controversial, attributed to you, I'd like to read that to you. Okay. You said, and I quote, kidnapping children from school is a lesser evil because in the end, you can negotiate, and now bandits are very careful about human lives. Do you still stand by this quote?
I think part of it is correct and part of it is wrong. Saying that kidnapping children is a lesser evil than killing soldiers definitely is lesser. Killing is worse than, but they're all evil. It's just a lesser evil. Not all evils are of the same parallel. So it's a lesser evil than, like what happened in Kebbi. They abducted children and they were released. They didn't kill them.
In Niger State, over 230 of those school children that were kidnapped are said to be, by the school authorities, are said to be in the nursery and primary school classes. Some children as young as 6 were kidnapped, and they're currently still in the hands of the bandits in harrowing conditions. What do you say to the parents of these children?
It's an evil, and we pray that they escape.
You pray that they escape?
Yes.
You were a captain in the Nigerian army.
Do you hear him? He said he prayed. He prayed that the children escape. And he doesn't want the government to confront these terrorists, to unalive them, because the government knows how to target them and actually take them out and rescue the children. He doesn't want it. But his prayer is that children of 3 years, 4 years should escape. He prayed that they escape. Look at his face.
And also you've had dealings with the bandits. Do you think that we are moving in the step in the right direction to be able to stop this? Or do you still see some gaps?
No, you see, we need a robust army, a military strong, and it's holding the nation now. There's nothing holding this nation without the military. It's good. It should be equipped. It should be trained. It should be there and ready. But even the military is saying our role in this civil unrest, in this criminality, is 25% kinetic. The rest is the government, the politics, the locals. The military cannot do everything. So we should not tax our military for more than what they can do.
So our military cannot win this war against them?
Where a military won guerrillas? Nowhere.
The last time you went into the forest to negotiate, to speak with the bandits, was in 2021, in 2025. And it seems like this issue has taken a turn for the worst. How would you rate
no, I wouldn't say a turn for the worst. The death we had in before our intervention and before we bring this to light are worse. Villages were killed and ransacked, but now you hardly hear a village ransacked.
On the contrary, we've seen the activities of the bandits group spread across the northwest and even the southwest.
The sporadic attack. Nowhere can say you have 100% security, especially when you are coming out from a very serious situation like our Nigeria.
So what do they want? They're fighting an existential war. So what do they want to be able to
exist?
And what does this look like? What would this look like?
Their life immemorial lives on cattle rearing. He doesn't like anything except his cattle to be multiplying. So he knows where to graze his cattle, to take care of his cattle. That is his life. In fact, they inherit it. They will tell you, this cow I inherited from my grandfather.
And so you believe, from what you said, you believe that the bandits are mostly Fulanis. You believe that the bandits
Mostly
are
the bandits, not the Boko Haram. They are mostly Fulani herdsmen, not the Fulani town. Because you have to differentiate between the two.
Okay, without wasting further time, let me quickly go and get you the other interview. Yeah, let me show you this interview. Wait, I need to refresh this. Okay. Come and listen to Gumi.
Negotiate with them. Attacking the bandits will be a mistake. Negotiate with them instead. The causes of all this chaos is because they are not included in the budget. So USA attacking them will cause more chaos in the country. Right? The best solution is negotiation with them, and they should be included in the budget. And we use only negotiation can solve these issues. Give them whatever they want for peace to reign. Attacking the bandits will be a mistake. Negotiate with them instead. The causes of all this chaos is because they are not included in the budget. So USA attacking them will cause more chaos in the country. Right? The best solution is negotiation with them, and they should be included in the budget. And we use only negotiation can solve these issues. Give them whatever they want for peace to reign.
Are you hearing that? Include them in the budget. Give them whatever they want for peace to reign. Are you hearing it? God have mercy. Now, let me show you something else. This one, wow. This, let me see. This, the other man that was, what happened here? Okay, Israel launched this. Okay, let me show you something. This our guy that is not straightforward. Let's hear what he said here.
Sheikh Gumi is a terrorist. He's a terrorist sympathizer, and his sons that are in the Nigerian military need to be kicked out the Nigerian military because we have seen a pattern. Sheikh Gumi is a former armed soldier in the Nigerian military. We have seen a pattern of him and his people joining the military, gaining experience, and then leaving to become terrorists. He needs to go. His kids need to be kicked out of the Nigerian military. If you're Hausa or Muslim and you have a problem with this, you're the problem, and I hope you die a miserable death. Sheikh Gumi is a terrorist. He's a terrorist sympathizer, and his sons that are in the Nigerian military need to be kicked out the Nigerian military because we have seen a pattern. Sheikh Gumi is a former armed soldier in the Nigerian military. We have seen a pattern of him and his people joining the military, gaining experience, and then leaving to become terrorists. He needs to go. His kids need to be kicked out of the Nigerian military. If you're Hausa or Muslim and you have a problem with this, you're the problem, and I hope you die a miserable death.
It's okay. It's okay. Because of community guideline, I beg. Get out. Oh my God. Let me see. Is there a message here? Let me see this one. Okay, this is just a picture. This one is just a picture. Now there's something that our brother said. Let's play our pastor. The only man I call pastor in the north. Let's hear him.
Strong. Please, you have started your concern in Nigeria. Finish what you have started. They know their business has come to an end. If you call, you please call in heaven. Even the Muslim today, more than half of them, they are waiting. Because what you will do here is not only for Christians, it's for Muslims. The Muslims are hit with insurgents. They are trooping into this nation to perform land grab. We are just here like the fatherless and the motherless. Please, you have done what you have done. God will never say, where is your brother in Nigeria?
Wow.
Strong. Please, you have started your concern in Nigeria. Finish what you have started. They know strong. Please, you have started your concern in Nigeria. Finish what you have started.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Let me show you how prepared the Israelis are. Look at what Israelis have launched. It is called the Iron Beam. Come and see the highest technology, the Iron Beam, to protect. This thing you see here is a sophisticated machine. No matter how the enemies come in their rockets in thousands and in their millions, whatever, this is called the Iron Beam. It knows how to nullify it in midair with little or no expenses. It is functioning with infrared. Let me show you the technology that is coming from our brothers in Israel.
כללי המשחק. הוא מעביר מסר חשוב לכל אויבינו, גם בזירות קרובות ורחוקות כאחד. עד טהרן
אנחנו כיוון גלובלית, חדשנות. מדינת ישראל ברוך אתה אדוני.
Okay, they didn't show the video. There was a video where they displayed the workings of the Iron Beam. They didn't show it here. Let me bring you a message, please. Biafrans of Igbo origin, please. This message will be for you from our brother Mazi Joseph Okechukwu. Let me bring you. Okay, well, before Mazi Joseph Okechukwu, there's these videos I wanted to play. Let me just play only this one, and then we'll go to our
about it.
Mazi Joseph Okechukwu. Listen to this news headline: Preserving religious liberty. Christians targeted for their faith in Nigeria. Listen to what this news had to say.
The persecution of Christians in Nigeria was so bad, celebrities like rapper Nicki Minaj spoke out about it. She did so, highlighting the tragedies at Turning Point's America Fest this past weekend.
While they're in church, people are being kidnapped, people are being killed, brutalized, all because of their religion. We're not backing down anymore. We are not going to be silenced by the bullies anymore. We will speak up for Christians wherever they are in this world.
Good for you, Nicki Minaj. And while the Nigerian government dismisses claims of religious genocide, it confirms terrorists are attacking people of faith. And thousands of Christians are, in fact, being targeted and killed. And now our president has sent a very powerful message, what he calls a Christmas present for ISIS.
It'll be a Christmas present. We hit ISIS, who are terrible. They're butchers. And we really hit them hard in different locations, and they really got hit hard yesterday. So they got a very bad Christmas present.
But according to left-wing media, Trump's strikes on Nigeria are manufacturing a religious war.
I'm sure this is only a signal to President Trump's political base.
All these ones are Obama children. Obama children are crying that terrorists are being taken care of in Nigeria. ISIS, that if you allow them to grow wings in Nigeria, they will destroy every American interest in West Africa and in Africa. America will not have any stranglehold anywhere in Africa anymore. But all these Democrats, come and hear what they are saying. These buffoon Democrats, come and hear them.
I'm sure this is only a signal to President Trump's political base that he's going to protect Christians globally, one assumes. The rhetoric is pretty inflammatory, you know, terrorist scum, wishing Merry Christmas to the dead terrorists.
This is not a religious war, and I think portraying it as such is deeply misleading to the American public.
Well, the president called the operation decisive and said he'll launch more airstrikes if the violence doesn't stop. And he said on Truth Social, under his leadership, radical Islamic terrorism will not be allowed to prosper.
Yes.
The Department of War and U.S. Africa Command confirmed the strikes occurred in Sokoto state and say multiple ISIS terrorists were killed. Earlier today, I was talking to a friend of mine who describes himself as an independent, and he told me he can't help but support President Trump because he gets stuff done.
Hey, an independent supporter said, I cannot help but support Donald Trump. You know why? Because he gets stuff done. He gets the job done. If he says he will do it, he will do it. Donald J. Trump is otokinadu. He gets stuff done. Please repeat that again, please.
In Sokoto state and say multiple ISIS terrorists were killed. Earlier today, I was talking to a friend of mine who describes himself as an independent, and he told me he can't help but support President Trump because he gets stuff done. He said that about 3 times with emphasis because we've all seen how ineffective a president can be over the past 4 years. He gets stuff done, he told me, with a big smile. What Trump did on Christmas may not stop the attacks on Nigerian Christians, but it definitely sends a message our previous president was unwilling to deliver.
Information. Truth is.
Thank you so much. Information their previous president could not deliver. All right. Now, let's listen to our brother, Joseph Okechukwu. He has a part 1, part 2, part 3 message. It's a long one. Oh, Chineke, 10 minutes. This one, 10 minutes on 10 minutes. And that this is half an hour. Let's patiently listen to him. He says a lot and he means very, very well. So please take your time and let's listen to this 30 minutes. And after which, I will leave it until tomorrow. Okay? No, we're going to go there now.
So bear with me.
Please. Especially those that are Igbo speaking, because our brother Joseph spoke Igbo in this particular one. So he spoke Igbo, advising our Igbo brethren. Please let us listen to him. Very important.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're all doing great today. Okay, so straight up, let me tell you now. This is an Igbo language video. Forgive me. Sometimes I say this and then, of course, I still get to ad lib in English. Okay? So bear with me that this is an Igbo language video. The stuff I want to share with us today is so sensitive and it's so centered around my people and what is to come that I cannot afford to speak in English all the way. So gee m ntị now, ndị Igbo, gee m ntị ebe ọ bụ na ị nọ ọbụla onye Igbo, gee m ntị. Ana m anya moto about a few days ago. We are with this incredible experience, and I would say ana m enwebe vision from time to time, weird vision. I'm a pastor or prophet or anything, but it happens to me, and 99.9% of the time they are accurate. N'anya moto wee bịa, ofufe nwa ngwa ebe mmiri m na-arụ m just cool like that.
Please bear with him. Whenever he's delivering messages like this, he speaks very, very slow. I don't know. This is the highest volume. I know some of you may be, be wondering about the high. This is the highest of the volume. So please, as much as we can, if you have earpiece, listen. He's trying to talk about some of the visions and weird visions he had. I've not listened. Me too. I want to pay attention to it because I believe for him to spend this 30 minutes talking to Igbo people, it must be something very, very important. So let's listen to him. I want to give him benefit of doubt because this brother is very close to Donald Trump's activities. Very, very close. He's connected to some people that knows those in the government in America. And he's also very, very spiritually inclined. So I want to give him that benefit for Biafrans to listen to him. He has a message. And the volume is low. Put your ear close to your phone, close to your device, and listen to the visions of Joseph Okechukwu and his admonitions. Very important. Thank you.
We are with this incredible experience, and I would say ana m enwebe vision from time to time, weird vision. I'm a pastor or prophet or anything, but it happens to me, and 99.9% of the time they are accurate. N'anya moto wee bịa, ofufe nwa ngwa ebe mmiri m na-arụ m just cool like that. I almost wanted to pull over and parked the car. And I saw a very clear vision of Abia State. First time in my life seeing anything about Abia State. I am mad at Nachine Kenya Ganya Lex Oti who is doing a great job in Abia. Onye ọbụla mama kia, anyị na-ekpele ekpele oge ọbụla na-ekene Chukwu maka ndụ ya na ihe ọ na-eme n'Abia. Mana nke ịbịa fụ Abia steeti na vision o metụbara m before. Ozugbo ife a mee m, nsị ka m paaki ya moto ka ọ gịnị slows ya down. Vision a na-agwa gị last just about 58 to 60 seconds. It wasn't more than a minute and it was over. Ka m gwazi unu ihe m fụ. Abia m bịa fụ a very big airport in Abia State. You know the type of airport I have from places like maybe China, Singapore, massive. Nigeria has never dreamed of anything like it. I don't even know what African country has that kind of airport. This was so confusing to me. Now I see Abiawa airport, this massive. It was so big. Then I just after the airport, Nekwani again, as if I was lifted up. Then there's for a whole new area. They so developed that I don't want to make any mistake. Can't call on the council where it was almost as if to say, I think China has that where you call industrial village, a village that is filled up with all manner of industries. I'm talking about manufacturing hub. It was so massive, I couldn't see the end of it. It's almost like when you are looking at an ocean and it just keeps going and going and you can't see the end of it. It too, I can't see where fear. Industries, everywhere. Massive. People pouring in. Flights. Boom. Going, coming, going, coming. Abia State. Ikewum. I wanted to make a video. Simba, can check good money and have more. Is your one call fever? I was not sick. What is this? I sat down. Usually on a vision like this. And I'm like in here myself, sometime. Come this show enough, not with you. Since see this vision, it has repeated almost every single day till today. And this was about 67 days ago. Come with this vision. Because of this in Western media, now so Sunday by well go next so too. Biko pokondi gina fana eme ife. Ndị niile Chineke na-enye ka gị na ha na-alụ ọrụ ọfa. Now change back to your drawing board. Every vision you want for infrastructural development in Abia, you have to revisit it again. You need to now expand the scope of ihe niile ị chọrọ ime. Chineke na-asị ka anyị gwa ndị Igbo na Abia ga-abụ the commercial hub of North Nigeria, not even West Africa, of the entirety of Africa. That people got there from every part of Africa and beyond to come and do business in Abia State. The same thing you see happening to China, where people are running to China. Chineke si m gwa unu, I'm a pastor, I'm a prophet, but I've never seen a vision like this that didn't happen. M gwa ndị Abia, ndị Igbo, that na anyị enwego our own China na ala Igbo. If you doubt me, save this video. Save this post. It might be a save it is important to you. Go and save this post and make sure nothing happens to you. You will remember that now we're on this thing today. Something strange is happening. The second thing in the video, the very important over that now. 2024. I'm not at time on need ship in Cairo. Now one hotel room. All of a sudden, this same type of vision, that way again. I was supposed to go for a meeting. Immediately, I postponed that meeting. Let them postpone it by 1 hour or 2 hours. And we're buying at my hotel room 224 and 2 hours. We made a video. Gwandibo, the burden I had then was so intense I couldn't resist it. Chineke Singa Gwandibo na our day has broken. Na Chindi we fogo. Most of you must have seen that video on TikTok before I lost my former TikTok account. They named the video. Whenever I get the urge, I don't waste time. Our renaissance has begun, and that you will see clear evidence of it in 2025. Did you now? When he noticed about Igbo land between January of 2025 to December of 2025, if Unani Bada go through a little bit of Wifo, not even a little bit, a lot. When they say I can't go in 2026. 2026, there will be a mass exodus of Igbo people from different parts of the world into Igbo land. Igbo Ganata in droves. Oburo, a political thing. It is something that is divine. Because many of you now go Bible, I'm going to know what that Bible because neighbors in the Ozonacha somehow I wouldn't know them that great return Bible Makia. It no mirror man after my brother Joseph Pocket. Watch out for 2026. Amiibo will break into serious, massive explosion, infrastructure development, economic development everywhere. If I can name an Amiibo all over the place. Umuibo, if you don't know. Obro because now Obro because anybody say it is because there is a stirring in the spirit. And with something somewhere, time has come. The moment they shifted it, the timing is pushing everyone to go home. People will get up and go, they won't even know why they're going home. They won't even know what is pushing them. Industries gonna break out all over Igbo nation. Anambra State, manufacturing, you will not, in terms of technical manufacturing, that you will not see in Anambra State. Menugu, I am seeing administrative headquarters cited in Enugu. Coordination taking place in Enugu. Commercial hub in Abia. Technical inventions in Anambra. Too many things happening in Igbo because these same people called Igbos. It is not because I am an Igbo man. Chineke naturally used to call the whole world who Igbos are. 2026 is the beginning. We are commencing our descent into that dream that we've all carried in our hearts for a very long time. On what if any man in Nigeria right now? Information to so many things, but I didn't like it too much because a lot of information, you won't be talking anyhow. Only see obodo ma ihe na-achọ ime. Mana ndị Igbo bụ ndị bụ the biggest beneficiaries of ihe na-achọ ime enwere the idea. And then ma kọwata gị in my little way in a code so that you don't miss it.
Please bear with me. I want to repeat the last 1 minute. My son did not allow me to hear it. I'm also listening to this for the first time, so bear with me. Just the last 2 minutes. Nam did not allow me to hear what he said there about Onyisi Obodo or whatever. Please.
Information to so many things, but I didn't like it too much because a lot of information, you won't be talking anyhow. Onyisi obodo ma ihe na-achọ ime. Mana ndị Igbo bụ ndị bụ the biggest beneficiaries of ihe na-achọ ime enwere the idea. And then ma kọwata gị in my little way in a code so that you don't miss it.
Okay. N'Onyisi obodo ma ihe na-achọ ime ma some of our people na-eme isi kpekpekpeke farmero. So nyanwa na-achọ ịkọwata ya. So let's go to the next page. Let's go to the next page, please. This part 2.
So, I am trying so hard. I'm not sure I'm missing here. Many people now sometimes come on and call telling you. unu fụ na eme m vidio mgbe a kpọrọ nwanne anyị nwoke bụ Nnamdi Kanu wee sị unu aṅụ na ngwọ na nkwụ na-abịa, right? That's how we say it. Aṅụ na ngwọ na nkwụ na-abịa. Wee sị unu calm down. Nwa ndị Amerịka ga-abịa. And na ha bịa na ihe ọbụla ha na-achọ ime ga-adịrị anyị nwa mma, anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo n'oge benefit anyị. Gwagwa m after ka m gwasị unu a lot of noise everywhere, onwere ife America ga-eme, how dare America nka ndị na-eme mkpọtụ mesia mkpọtụ, gịnị mere 25th and 26th of unu ihe mere unu afụda na America ejere Borno ma Plateau ma Kaduna ma Enugu ma ebe ha je Sokoto Caliphate, ọkwa ebe anwa ka akpụsa Nnamdi Kanu. The same Sokoto Caliphate bụkwa ebe esi wee jide na ndị Igbo na anọ. Ihe ọbụla mere ndị Igbo na Nigeria, etu isi wee feji wee propaganda wee marginalize ya ndị Igbo, destroy ya Igbo people's reputation and image na Nigeria. The main people ndị ọcha Britain ji wee memina ana Igbo bụ that same caliphate ahụ ifo n'ebe ahụ. Not even ofe mmanụ, not even your president. Ihe niile mmegolu ndị Igbo since the war, ebe a ka esi control ya. And we notice is there now that from this bomb in America, that n'ebe anwa ka ihe niile si adị coordinated. Ọ bụrụ ọsị mụnwa na-ekwu na unu afụgo n'anya unu America banye there, because iji igbu agwọ eke na-eno ndị mmadụ na village, na-enu ọkụkọ, na-enu everything, ichi igbe ọ bụrụ n'etiti ya ka ị na-eji iwe egbu mma, ọ n'isi ya America je n'isi mmiri. Isi mmiri ahụ find it out from their intelligence and surveillance program wee bụrụ nọ n'ebe Sokoto Caliphate. Ka m gwazie unu the significance. Ihe ọ pụtara bụ that na chi ejigo n'isi ndị a, chi wee fọọ n'isi anyị. Ihe niile ifụla a na-eme, enwe only two parties nọ n'agha, ndị Igbo na ndị Caliphate. Ofe mmanụ nọ n'etiti, Chineke na Jos were ya na-achọ ka ememina ndị nke ọzọ ka anyị wee were ụmụ anyị. Ama m na ihe anyị na-ekwu na a lot of people ama nkweta that na ọmụnwa na-ekwu ụdị okwu dị otu a, mana ama agwa gị because anọ m n'isi mmiri. I'm your brother. Ihe ahụ anyị ncha na-ebe akpụ ya since, na-eti mkpu ya since. Onye isi ala Nigeria ma ihe na-achọ ime, ele ha anya yanwa nwee ike ịbụ the last person ga-achị obodo a na-akpọ Nigeria as one united country, nwanne unu ntị yanwa malụgo. So ihe ọ na-eme na ọ dị just kpokọrọ ego n'ọbụla ọ nweta wee na-edozi befa, because ọma na ife na-achọ ime na-emesi by the time yanwa na-turn back, maybe even before the so-called election of 2027, ihe niile na-akwado ime na o mechago. By the time ihe niile ga-emechago, Nigeria abụrụzikwa ofu na onye ọbụla edebegokwala onwe ya. And by that time, ifo that na befa na odozika befa, wefo ka o si na-edozi everywhere na Lagos, na pọmpụ ego na-etinye gasị na Yoruba land, mana ndị be anyị enwere idea ife na-achọ ime. Unu afụrụ ife mee with Benjamin Netanyahu. The same day Benjamin Netanyahu said that na Igbo Christians na Nigeria ga-akwụsị, that was the same day America bombed. Lotakwa na eme video, my last video post na YouTube before that time. Agwa m unu si that Israel dị interested in ihe na-eme, and that once big operation bido, America man not direct, America ga-use Israel wee mee ha achọrọ ime, makwa that na ihe America na Israel na plan over long term, not something that is short term. And if they are planning long term, Amanja Osujaka Igbo terrorists now a ga-anọ on ground, no sie ike na ana, make sure that n'ihe ahụ ndị terrorists ji wee na-etu ọnụ, which is oil nọ na ebe n'azụ ụlọ m na gị, that na that oil na ha enweghị access to it forever. Ka ihe ghọta from here now. So onye isi ala unu nwa idea ihe na-achọ ime. Ozugbo a bọmbụchara Sokoto Caliphate, the next thing men in Israel to recognize their Somaliland. Somaliland is a clear picture of what Biafra land had always wanted to be. Any Haga go through, Biafra has gone through it. Mana from that caliphate, they will dismember Biafra, scatter China, and we do the agitation. Now, come was you keep eziokwu. Unu na-anya n'ihe ndị Somaliland mee. Somaliland enwekwana mkpọtụ. Somaliland egburukwa anybody. Somaliland emekwa anything. They didn't protest. Onwere ihe ọbụla mkpọtụ ha mee. The Somaliland they were blueprint in the Catalonia and Spain where they were banye befa. Now no, Bulu industries, Bulu development began to practice true democracy. Ne me feni north mane pokotandi befa ne create very viable institutional organizations na their place. Institutions that are very, very modern and workable. They build themselves from the inside out. The whole world will be to notice them. If you a country like this in a place like Somalia that is ungovernable, they are not when in which democratic transitions now practice did not very viable. The world will notice here that Nandi Somalia actually never their freedom, even though they themselves are very unruly and ungovernable. Immediately now, America will mad at now. If we don't recognize these people, they may overwhelm. And when they overwhelm them, they will use their resources and their logistics that may attack Israel. So immediately, Israel now recognizes Somaliland. And America will recognize very soon. Save this video, you will see it. Many other countries will recognize. So as far as Israel has done that, Somaliland is now a full-blown republic. There's nothing anybody can do again. And guess what? Go and look for the analysis I posted on my X. Here in the Nigeria, you will react to that recognition. When you can see the panic in the press release. How does Nigeria? Why should Nigeria be bothered that Israel recognizes Somaliland? Nigeria, at their doorstep. Because Nigeria Amalugo that the story of Somaliland is almost exactly the same story of Biafra land. And how Malugona that the moment Israel did we recognize it, but not the recognition, I'm going to say about because I'm going to Israel recognize Biafra land, where you call Biafra, that Nandini Nenachi is the mice, it is the caliphate will conquer Africa, that their journey ends here and now. Unaweka idea hina chime, I can't join us in the Igbo. Okay, from what to Nina and in social media. Away for noise Nina in whether you pay attention to it. If it's your bottle in me. Thing that's the most your soft from around too gone. Uni wesen along uni acrimony and animosity towards one another. In your bunamana you chalk I went to because any good man for that now almost every Igbo person alive. Imepe Bifa ịgafe na all of them 99.9% chọka this nwere onwe bịa mana ọ bụrụ etu anyị si achụ ya ka anyị ga-esi wee chụta nwụọ ya agwago mụ na eji m the blueprint by the special grace of God. Anọgo m na meetings ebe akpara ihe dị omimi gbasara nweta onwe anyị mana I will never speak about it openly. Onye agwa na anyị ga-ejelute ebe anyị nọ na anọ ya ekweta betu na afụgo ebe m mere mkpọtụ maka Biafra. And upon ihe megonu ihe anyị nwetago so far in the last 20 years wouldn't have got Lugon. Ka anyị kpokọta onwe anyị tụkọ isi ọnụ kpọta that's our young ones onye ọbụla tinye isi na Igbo ka anyị ka n'Igbo chim oge anyị elugo chim fuck off finally.
Okay, all right. The last one, please. The last one. The last 10 minutes. Okay.
Na n'Igbo
Okay, hold on.
So yeah, no name in closing. Anama Unibiko. All our youth groups, Nanibo. All our young people, traders, everybody, onye ọbụla ịbụ nakwa ịbụrụ onye Igbo, gee nwanne gị nwoke ntị, oge elugo. Business ọbụla ime ị na-eme, jee bido carry out feasibility study n'ala Igbo. Feasibility study n'ala Igbo. Ọkwa unu fụ na ụmụ ihe state recently. Our brother Ekene Mkpalu, I think that's his name, but the guy, Boo IMAX Studio, IMAX Cinemas, Film One Cinema, right? In Lagos, that all of you know. Or Ekene Boo, the main engine, way better Nigeria, from the reports. Mgbe Ekene Boo way better, man, the usual thing now they when they can say maybe annual 400 other things will make it that. It's the usual thing. The buyer they go used to it. We'll make them batch up Ekene. Ekene we boozy Obolia, my connection here. Bunani, we see that cozy come there mount. Today, as we speak, one of the most, not one of, I would say the most beautiful, the most modern, the most sophisticated film cinema in the whole of Nigeria is sitting in Newi right now. The same thing made our brother Landmark, onye ọbụla nọ n'nka. When we say Landmark ihe mere ya, the same usual thing. Gịnị ka Landmark mere? Landmark land ya n'ala Igbo. Wee bido, today, Nike Lake Resort is a destination of choice for onye ọbụla na-aga n'ala Igbo now, or Enugu State. And from there, I'm encouraging him to go and check all those beaches that we have in Ebonyi State. All these governors, Igbo, let us partner with Igbo intelligentsia and investors. There are so many powerful Igbo people who can do great things. The coast is clear. Read my lips. The coast is clear. Ọ bụrụ na anyị ewere ọsịsọ na ụlọ na ji kpọkọta onwe anyị ọnụ, oge rue mgbe a ga-asị ka enyegodi ndị anyị afa na-achọ, enesi anya ya fụ na anyị anọkọtara ọnụ, ọ ga-enyekwa anyị nsogbu, ọ ga-apịakwa arụ. Before you know it, were anyị tikọ hụti ndị ọzọzi ndị ga na-ene anyị anya, because I guess na ndị amara ka esi ndị ama njikọta nwa onwe ọnụ. So let us pair them with other people. Mana ọ bụkwa maka ma obodo ọ ga-ekewa, eji m asụsụ bụ anyị wee na-agwa gị today. Nkewa nọ in the horizon. Almost everybody can see it. Mana o kewa, ị ga-achịnwukwa onwe gị. Ọ bụ na ị ga-achịnwe onwe gị, ngwa zikọnụ ndị ụwa na ị ga-achịnwe onwe gị by bringing yourselves together, ndị Igbo. Oge elugonu. Oge elugonu. Remember, it is not by all manner of political machination. It happens by divine predestination. It happens not by human hands, but by the hands of the Most High God. The timing is not human timing. It is God's timing. But the human beings involved in this plan must align themselves. And this is what I'm begging us to do. Ekene Bugolu, a very ultra-modern cinema, the best of its kind, probably in West Africa. The situation and I'm new. Unachono, Unecheno, how many billions that cinema must have got. So Unecheno, the guy is stupid. No, it is because our renaissance has come. It has begun. It is because our time has come. Chianye Fogo. I don't mince words when I say things. I don't hallucinate. I can stay 10 months without making any video if I don't know what to say. Man, all banyem nisi banyem nobi. I will say it, and I say it without any fear. Chindi we fogo. Me be no bodo yibo, me be na Nigeria and other places. Believe for bunine menabani yibo when it is still early, before properties will become too difficult to purchase. And Igbo will become the toast of Africa. I say save every video name now. And Igbo will be the toast, not in the distant future. Very soon. That in our lifetime. In my lifetime. Any man or woman that stands in the way of what God is doing, the person will go for it. Watch this video. Tell yourself, I will never in my life watch another evil person suffer or die, and I look the other way. Onulube also means that the cry, the outcry of your brother, you rush to take care of them. Even name in social media.
Yeah, just a little bit. Let me pause it in a minute. We still have about 4 more minutes to play this. Very important. This message is very deep that Joseph is delivering. Here with me is my Biafra identity, my Biafra. This thing has the same security that my Italian ID card has. I have my Italian ID card. It has the same security that this one has. The same security. Who made it happen? Our Prime Minister, Pastor Simon Ekpa. Based on Honorable Benwanne, anybody that knows Ube Wanne, Ube, not just one, Ube onye ndu na disciple ya. Ube hakata. Especially our Prime Minister. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu case unu ga-afụkwa esi happen like a miracle. Our Prime Minister, unu ahụ ka ka ga-esi mekwa. But our Prime Minister need anyị kịta. Very urgent. We need anyị. Everything o megoro authentic. Some of ndị kwesịrị ịnụ ube nwanne mana ife o mere bụ original authentic compared to European standard. Ya ka onye kwesịrị maintain that standard by waiting for the Prime Minister for us to be united and make sure that our Prime Minister come out strong, powerfully defeating the enemy. Okoke si ebe a, Okorie si ebe ni. Anaghị aghasa ụlọ anyị. Nkewa a na-ekwu okwu ya of Nigeria is guaranteed though. But we need to have this structure that our Prime Minister put Godri down. Everything on arrange Godri, making sure that any the intact. Odogu can ekwu okwu even as at today. Or can I communicate with the level of international connection? International, studied and loaded. Odogwa draw distracted. Already distracted. His eyes are like the eyes of an eagle. He has a target and he must aim it and get it. You people know him now. He's a deliverer. Simon Ekpa that oda nyamonwa na akwa aka. Oda etinye aka n'ihe bụ fake. That is why when that lady in Atlanta came and watered down this our identity card that has Jumio verification, watered it down to the point of Zoom verification so that Mande Fulani Alamajeri can have it. Because naturally, it destroy our finances by making Biafrans that are gullible to give her $100, telling them that they will have ID card. Thereby, she has tried to destroy our database and she failed because praise Egu, refused. And now she decided to go her own way to dilute this solid, authentic ID card, diluting it to the Nigeria level. If I have European standard, European standard. If you see the ID card, we came back from Finland. Everything, all the remember my wallet, Mirimaya, Hitimaya, everything the intact. 100%. It is still as perfect, or that wash, or they breakable. Everything original. Standard. Our Prime Minister believes in standard because Biafra is going to be standard. Standard nation. So any one of you that allow anything to distract you at this 11th hour, I'm sorry for you. Those of us in diaspora, our hope is to go back home. Then those of us in the homeland in Nigeria, your businesses are in Abuja, in Kaduna, in Sokoto, in Meduguri. If you do not listen and move your leg out of those places and start, like Joseph said, go home and begin to do sightseeing, see the properties you buy, see the location where you move, because the East, which is our Biafra land, is going to be like Singapore. And and our PM na-eme nkwado. So ọ bụrụ na enweghị onye kwapụ gị, out of your stubbornness, you feel that you actually may trial and error with some of this distraction of people who suppose to be Munai, but Fawa allow themselves to be used to distract us. Because Ogenkere is a distraction. Ngozi Rabueze is a distraction. We have a prime minister. You see Ngozi Rabueze knowing fully well that the prime minister is still a Gweji. You see her in her Christmas Day presentation. She was telling them that Simon Ekpa sent her a message. She knows that Simon Ekpa did not send her a message. But she knows one truth that Ngozi knows is that the ball is always at the court of our prime minister. He's still the one in charge. So Ngozi knows that she's a thief trying to steal from the prime minister. And the prime minister have told Ngozi, you cannot sabotage me and succeed. Ogenkere, a notorious criminal, worse than Anani, is no longer calling prime minister because he knows that there is no way between him and prime minister. Instead of him to disappear and go and start scamming people in Maryland, what he has been doing before, and hopefully if he's not caught, to have another 73 counts, because already he has 72 counts, he might succeed and do some backyard business with Elias and all those criminals he's working with. But for him to continue to deceive Biafrans, he's no longer calling the name of prime minister because he has already told himself that America, picture. It is not by picture. You are talking about picture. It is not picture that gave Somaliland the credibility they have today. It's not picture. It's reality. Structures that were built just the way our prime minister has started building our own structure. That's why in this video, he told you, are you not seeing it? Can you not see it? Can't you see what Biafra is building? Are you not looking? If you cannot see, can't you hear? Eh? If you cannot see, can't you hear?
The foundation for the liberation and independence of Biafra has been laid by this government, and it is very, very strong. We build this particular foundation of the liberation on solid rock. Are you not seeing it?
This solid rock we're talking about is Briggy. And this Briggy we're talking about, he is the prime minister. And this prime minister we're talking about is working with CROC. And this CROC we're talking about is the one you know. Where I am, the Minister of Information. Where Imam Madabu is the one in charge. Chairman of CROC and the governing council. We have the secretary, Chomo come. We have the foreign affairs minister, Bryson come. We have Joy Irobi, the foreign affairs department. These are the structure. Are you not seeing it? Are you not seeing it? That's one jumping up and down, distracting gullibles. Are you not seeing it? We're not shaking.
The foundation for the liberation and independence of Biafra has been laid by this government, and it is very, very strong. We build this particular foundation of the liberation on solid rock. Are you not seeing it? We are not shaking. I am standing very, very strong, making sure that I'm taking the bullet that they are firing at Biafra people, because their target is you. They believe that once they take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of the way, they will come for all of you. That is exactly what is happening in other parts of Nigeria, because nobody is there to stand on the way for them. And they are annihilating people, killing them, sending them to IDP camp. I told them, you see this face, okay, deceive them very well. To deceive you. The momentum of the Biafra liberation today have necessitated all the discussion you see. Everybody is talking. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why are they keeping him? Some of them claim that he was not fighting the way I'm fighting, but you kidnap him. Some of them are now addressing him as a gentleman, but you went and they kidnapped a gentleman. Yeah. They say, oh, he's more reasonable. He's not, but you kidnap him. What were you thinking? All of them contributed money. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was speaking, it was their headache. They couldn't sleep every day. Oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he's destroying Alibo. Oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he's doing this, he's doing that. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer destroying Alibo. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer causing problem. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer is the good man. Is the only man now that is very reasonable. And I have not even started, because you see what Agaku Nigeria Igwe. Agaku Nigeria Igwe. And you know the next level is by taking all their terrorist barracks, taking all the government houses. That is the next level we will go, because it is part of the defense of our land. These places are places where the attack against our people are being planned.
You have heard it. Let me now allow Joseph to finish and conclude and go to bed. But I just stopped there for you to see that, look, the structure is still there, intact. There are some people that are thinking that, hey, Ogenkere is claiming that he owns Brigi, that he's in charge of Brigi. Don't worry. Don't worry. Those of you that are disturbed about what Ogenkere is saying, except maybe you don't trust PM and you don't believe in PM. If you believe in PM and you trust PM, whatever Oge is saying, you will just consider it as akụkọ achịkọta ekwu ọnụ. Akụkọ onye na-aṅụ goof, onye na-aṅụ ihe ṅụrụ. Ma onye na-aṅụ ihe ṅụrụ isi agbakọghị ọnụ. Ọpụta na-akọghịrị. As I'm talking now, he's listening to me. Ịkọcha nkọghịrị ga akụfecha ọdara awụ. I'm talking to you. I know you are listening to me. As I know you lie, you watch me every time. I know. Among the few people watching me, because I'm telling you, I have the message. I have the message for Brigi. The authentic message is from Bam Bam Bam. I have it. And I know they are listening to me. Even if I have only 10 people listening to me, among the 10, Ogenkere is there, Ngozi is there. Because they know the truth. Only on this platform, the truth is being disseminated. You deceive Biafrans to divide our house when we are supposed to be united and follow the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the instruction of our Prime Minister. You are distracting them. We have something, we have a job to do. Our PM have an appeal to fight. And our PM need to be free very quickly to be able to organize himself for the appeal. And Biafrans need to put head together and do what he wants them to do. You are distracting them. You are coming out to tell Biafrans, Simon Ekpa sent me. He did not send you. Because you know he is the only truth. He is the man of God. He is the dragon. You keep using his name. The other one is now claiming, carrying bag up and down and doing AI video, deceiving himself. You are listening to me. Chineke ga-akụgọ ọkpọ n'isi. Ogenkere, Chineke, Chukwu okike abịama, ga-akụgọ ọkpọ n'isi. Kwuhụ isi ga-ahụ. Isi ga-ahụ dị kpororo, ntutu isi adịghọ n'isi ya. I bet you with my 10 fingers and my 10 toes, Chineke ga-abụgọ ọkpọ n'isi. Then, so that you will recirculate your head and know that you have committed treason. Let us listen to Joseph as he will round up. Please just try and round up.
Cry of your brother. You rush to take care of them. When I've even named on social media, I didn't make journey for Igbo business that is struggling. I will invest my money in it. Are you not following me on X? Go to X. Ụmụ Igbo niile nọ na wepụtachasị now na social media na defend our cause. Our billionaires time has come for you people to identify all these children, all these boys and girls that are now fighting Igbo cause on social media. Igbo fan a phone, he took to let go 1 year fan account. I do it. In 1 year fan account. And then they defend all these other people. They have sponsors now sponsor. Oburo onye na fight for Igbo land. I need to until mgbe X ji wee kwụọ ụgwọ. Ọ na-eche mgbe Facebook ji wee kwụọ. No, we have billions. Ka anyị wee support bụ ụmụaka be anyị. Ọkwụnụfụ gị actually ime anyị mgbe ebido mebe this whole Christian genocide. However, but look at it now. Go to social media for that now. There is sanity now. Only about you, first before because I know all these girls, ne Vivian not there, ne Adibo not there, ne die got all of the umwaka from nowhere. Now fighting the cause of Igbo. You identify anyone. Why is your Nebiko on Nabiko Cable? You go to my account today. It's never gonna motivation, morale, and a boost. If you want Igbo business now around you that is struggling, support it. I have one I've just identified. This girl, Vivian, is it no Vivian or Chidima? Chidima Guam. I'm going to make a video. I don't want to talk about her. Make perfume, name more after Igbo things. Achalugo, Odogu, and all that. Igbo Nine should patronize that business. And I'm not going to patronize it. I've already ordered and bought that perfume. I am going to make sure that that girl's business is funded. Wait for my video on her. This is what we should be doing. Nobody's paying me a dime for it. This is what we call Onulubewanea. Nobody should watch an Igbo person suffer for any reason. On what basis? That bond that brought us together, that we are known for, we have to go back to it. Mwa boy, anyị bido mewe kamgbe. Megide to the point that Harvard University sent people to come and study these Igbo people. Unara Pukwania. Ndi Igbo, let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. This is who we are. In the Bible, Nelotana onye jere inu Rachel nwa Jacob. You know Lota. Rachel onye jere inu Rachel nwunye Jacob. Jacob jere inu nwunye ya. Okay? Papa Jacob, right? Always not Rachel call ya ano. Always annoy yourself for 7 years. Okwa boy kogba. But our boy 7 years. And you are the wrong person. Again. 7 years out. How is it? Is it a coincidence that at the end of the day, not 7 years out, you are the person the Bible spoke about. Let's go back to our divine tradition and not lose it. The too much in the Igbo. We have the keys to greatness and prosperity. Let us not lose it. We'll talk more in the future. I love you with all my heart and may God bless you. Dalum.
Ndewo. And there's a very fantastic thing, NHF, including our brother Joseph. The case of Prime Minister, the case of Simon Ekpa, when it was hot, the whole of Nigeria, there's never, even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case was not debated in the Senate, the House of Rep. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case was not even being carried by the defense minister. Everywhere, carry the case to Al Jazeera everywhere. Simon Ekpa, taking the airwaves. Look at Finland, they'll be the judge of that case. At the end of the Finland has now sentenced her for 6 years. Some of them that were saying that he's a Tinubu agent. Some of them, you know what they have done now. That's why this video I played about our prime minister when he was saying, they are now saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a good man. Because at that time, they were hitting up. Simon Ekpa. He's different from Nnamdi Kanu. He's doing it this way. He's doing it this way. Now, all of them have kept quiet. You are no longer hearing them talking about Simon Ekpa. That same Simon Ekpa, they said he is Tinubu agent. Now, Tinubu colliding with Finland, tried to sentence him. And they have failed because Simon Ekpa have appealed. And he's coming out. And he's going to call Nigeria Igwe. All of them that stood against Simon Ekpa. I don't know. Our brother didn't stand up against Simon Ekpa. But he has not spoken in favor of Simon Ekpa. Is he not intelligent enough to know that Simon Ekpa is the only one that actually stood for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And he's the only one that Nigeria was seriously against. Till tomorrow. The hatred they have for Simon Ekpa, they don't even have it for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some of them today, they say, Nnamdi Kanu is a good man. They don't have any good thing. But Simon Ekpa was even as brilliant as Nnamdi Kanu. And every effort they make for Nnamdi Kanu to reject Simon Ekpa, to openly denounce Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu have ignored it completely till date. To make you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu understand the pattern and the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the pattern and legacy of Mazi Simon Ekpa being the only way. It may be the hard way, but it is the only way. Nnamdi Kanu understood it. And he has never listened to them with all their propaganda against Simon Ekpa. Even Maxwell, that recently now turned over and started representing a criminal pastor. By the way, there's this video about the pastor I want to bring before I go to bed. I bring Chris Okafor. You see how he's disgracing himself. That's a Maxwell. You remember that when Maxwell was coming out on social media, I was saying that Simon Ekpa said, even if they put gun, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that they put gun on his head when he was saying that they should stop sit at home. No manner of propaganda they did not use. They used the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu against our prime minister. And later our prime minister, because he's a good man, he started even listening to all these people. He started working with them. They come and they give information. He listening to them. Because he's a pure Igbo man, a pure Biafran, with good intention. With good intention. You see Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa. The restorer, the finisher, the punisher, the dragon. Today, they raised two people within his camp to work against him. And yet, they cannot succeed. Ngozi and Dogenkere. Two people very close to Simon Ekpa to destroy whatever Simon Ekpa represented. Yet, they are failing woefully because God kept people, a remnant. God preserved preserved Imam Madabu, preserved Professor Chomo Okoma, preserved Bryson Okoma, preserved Adazan, preserved Obi, European rep, preserved Ifechukude, and all our men on the social media, in the X, Worry Sister, Helen, and all of you, and Priest Obinna. Many of you, that's so many of you. The 100 men, preserve you people to make sure that every effort of our prime minister will never go down to the pits, to stand. And today, he told you, I will help Nnamdi Kanu to restore Biafra. And he's not shaking because he knows at the end of the day, he's going to be the first prime minister of Biafra because he has the heart of leadership. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have consistently said that he's not going to be in a leadership position in Biafra land. We already have a prime minister and we're going to sustain it. And Biafra will spring up. Before I go to bed, let me show you the shameless Chris Okafor that, what's his name? Chris Okafor that Maxwell was representing. Come and see the disgrace. I wonder the face that I wonder the face that, what's his name now? I wonder the face that, what's his name now? Maxwell will be using. This video is too small. Let me see. Which person I could go using? Oh, share this thing now. Let me. Where's the phone? Where's my phone? Let me play this one first. Because the thing just too. I want to know why the thing is small like this. Educate me. Let me see your. Let me see your post. Why the things cause? Why the video comes small? What's the video be? What's the video be? Ah, that's not so be. Anyway, come and see. Well, come and see.
Have I ever hurt you in any way in this? Huh?
No. This one is Chris Okafor. Come and see. Maxwell, man. Maxwell, come and see your man.
Hold on. Since you know me as your father, I gave birth to you. Have I ever hurt you in any way in this? Huh?
No.
Has it ever happened in any way? If you lie, God will judge you, God will punish you. Has it ever happened?
No.
In any way?
No.
It has never happened.
No.
Never. Hold on. Since you know me as your father, I gave birth to you. Have I ever hurt you in any way in this? Huh?
No.
Has it ever happened in any way?
No.
If you lie, God will judge you, God will punish you. Has it ever happened?
No.
In any way?
No.
It has never happened.
No.
Never.
Okay. I want to make sure I don't know why I'm obsessed with this thing to make sure I bring it out.
Hold on.
Okay.
Since you know me as your father,
I want to show you something. I want to play it so that I'll be able to talk because my mouth talk then my mouth. So when I want to bring it. Okay. Because I don't like the size we do editing there. I just want to have a better picture. I want to have a better picture. All right. This man, this fake man, brought this girl to the pulpit because you know that Doris Ogala and a very dark man, very dark man, not even Doris Ogala, very dark man interviewed one of his daughters because they said he has so many daughters from different mothers. All the ladies he has impregnated, everywhere he impregnated them and they are having children. So one of the daughters that he always want to sleep with, want to touch, and the girl will always, the girl ran away to the mother. And one of the daughters actually said that she would have preferred that the blood of animal was what was flowing in her instead of the blood of this man. instead of him to repent, actually, and resign, because man Omega Aro, this man have even opened his mouth to fight his own tribe, Ndi Igbo, openly insulting Igbo tribe, saying that Igbo tribe are useless, Igbo Enweze, that they are the useless tribe, they don't have respect. That is Yoruba people that have respect. This goat here. And now God want to disgrace him. That's why you see everything happening to him. He brought his daughter. Look at the daughter and see the way you are talking to your daughter. The daughter cannot even look at his face because he is a liar. He's lying, obviously. Lying. And you will know that he brought that girl up to come and repeat what they have already rehearsed. You must say no. And you see, the girl cannot even look at his face while she's saying it. You see that there is no love between him and the girl, those fatherly love and between him and the girl. The girl have no interest in him. The girl does not even consider him to be a good father. The girl cannot look at his face and is asking the daughter and is swearing. If this man is not guilty, there's no need for you to even call your daughter out and be making this inquiry of your daughter. They accuse you that you are doing this thing with your daughter, and you know you are not doing it. Let them talk. If they finish talking, let them bring the evidence. Let them bring the evidence. But because he knows that there is evidence that will nail him, probably eventually send him to prison. That's why he's doing this damage control. And some fools in the church are clapping. This kind of people. No integrity. No sincerity. No godliness in them. So that's why I want you to listen to it now. Listen and see how he's shaming himself before a congregation that he should already abandon and go and face his life somewhere and live that kind of life he wants to live and get out of the pulpit. Ozuo.
Since you know me as your father, I gave birth to you. Have I ever?
Why is the girl looking somewhere else, looking down? The girl is looking down and is talking to her. Since you know me as your father, what will this thing, what is the proof? What difference will this make? This thing will rather validate everything the other daughter said in the audio made to Very Dark Man. I'm telling you, this is not vindicating you, rather this is nailing you. Look at the girl, just look at the body language of the girl and then tell me, is this a conversation between a father that is innocent and a daughter that actually wants to say the truth? Watch it.
Since you know me as your father, I gave birth to you. Have I ever hurt you in any way in this? Huh?
No.
Has it ever happened?
No.
If you lie, God will judge you, God will punish you. Has it ever happened?
No.
In any way?
No.
Has never happened?
No.
It looks like a joke, isn't it? That's how foolish they become. When they eat the forbidden fruit, when they go astray and they follow the wrong way, that's how they disgrace themselves. That's how they smell like shit. I leave it here, my people. I leave it here, my people. Honestly. I leave it here. Look at him. A man calling the daughter to pulpit and asking me, have I ever touched you since I gave birth to you? Are you the one that gave birth to him? It is the mother that gave birth to him. Impregnated, yes. The mother gave birth since I gave birth to you. Okay, where is the mother of this girl? Ask this buffoon now, where is the mother of this girl? The mother has been sent away. He's not in good connection with the mother because of his demonic acts. The mother is not there. The mother is not there. Shameless man. Dear friends, I'll leave you with that. I'll see you guys in the morning. We must be together. We must unite to win this war. We must unite. Thank you, every one of you, for joining me. Thank you. Thank you, Mommy Egoibo. Mommy Egoibo said it is an abomination. Oh, I really miss my prime minister. Yes, we'll miss our prime minister, but he'll be back. Our PM will be fine. Of course, yes. Our PM will be fine. He will be fine. Believe me, he will be fine. Good night, everyone. I love you all.